Welcome back to Fossil Formations of the World. I continue to have no fundamental understanding of what drives the stability of or lack of stability of amenities. Because now these are all back to having green. And all we have in the park is viewing galleries in one species. There's no discernible reason to me why these should change. Because the only things are... Do we even have a hotel? Like, we definitely need one if we don't. Response facility. Yeah, we do have an hotel. So the only discernible thing is, like, whether or not they're in view of the hotel, I guess. But, like... That's actually really crap if the hotel dynamically changes it that much. Because this is, quite annoying. So that's, maybe green. I can't do it. We do this. Oops, I meant to do this. Oh, no, we can do it there. Oh, either way, we're missing a little bit. I have gone ahead and changed the income tax settings. So now the mod is giving us 80% to start with, scaling up to 90 instead of starting us at 90. 90%, that is. So hopefully that makes the early game viable. I don't really have a good understanding of why exactly it was so high initially. Because it was taking all of our money and not 90%. Which, like it just runs counter to how it seemed to function in late game in the other park, right? The other park, 100% income tax gave us essentially exactly zero profit. And then 90% gave us exactly zero here, and I just never was able to understand why that happened. And it continues to be a mystery, and it will continue to be a mystery. Are we making any money? So yeah, this is where we ended last time. This is the reload, where the amenities blanked out and wanted green again. So it looks like, yeah, we have more sustainable profit, theoretically. I think we were on 5,000 profit, which actually was not making any money. In the overworld, actually, it just showed profit on here. So we've tripled it, which makes sense with dropping the income tax by about 10%. So that is good. All right, great. And then we were working on maybe Dinokairos. I don't remember. 12, currently 45% plus 12%. We could probably go ahead and process those. And then go ahead and dig up another round. Maybe. Nope, Dinokairos is pricey. Very pricey. I don't have the logistics either. So we would need to be more fundamentally profitable before I could justify digging up the second site. I have to think about that. I would still like to do Dinokairos second, so maybe we can try it anyway. Maybe we can make that push, but we definitely need to be properly profitable and not just trickling here. And we are going, yeah, 17 theoretically. I don't know. I just don't trust that it's going to stay good, and we do lose money. Like, more often than not, I'm seeing, you know, red, right? I don't see green down here very often. So I think, like, upkeep costs are definitely outpacing the actual profit. Barely. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on it for a little bit. We'll see where it ends up. Alright, yeah, it's not really workable. We've stemmed the tide, but we are not out of the woods. So we're gonna do nests. We can breed some galleys, get some freebies going there. I might make some changes to the names to reflect juveniles, I think. I have gone through and named them all after, again, first names of franchise characters. But if we put in kids, we should probably put the kid names on the kids, right? If we have juveniles. We're getting a little high on the galley population in general, too. But I think, like, one clutch is not that bad. Like we do one clutch of juveniles and stop it there. I definitely don't want to overpopulate and have like too many galleys right away. And they're multi-nest too. Let's do it over here. Oh, and then if I want to align these, I got to align every individual nest again. Yeah, it's always annoying. I wish you could just multi-place these. Well, whatever. I'm probably not going to keep any nests around aesthetically. We'll just use them for breeding and then delete them. Yeah, so you can see that, yeah, it's flat. It says we're profitable, but we are consistently losing money. So, it's close to working out. It's just not quite there. Other research we could do would be medium amenities, but we don't really need these yet, so I'm going to assume it's not worth it. We'll stick with what we have, because they're not at capacity anyway.
Dinosaurs have a bias towards needing authority. The alpha tends to take that role.
All right.
An organized group of dinosaurs can be a dangerous one, so we should keep an eye on this.
Now, worth mentioning, juveniles should be set to not grow up. I might want to double check that at some point. So we're going to do the zoo thing where we keep the juveniles around as juveniles for the, you know, the zoo-like vibe. Sorry, did we get 4 males? Okay. We got 4 males. Okay, so I changed the names, right? Let's go through the names again. We got Claire, Ellie, Robert, John, Alan, Sarah, Zara, Amanda, and Ian. So if we're doing the kids, let's start. We'll do Timmy. And we'll do. We got Eric from JP3, and then we got the kids from World, which are Zach and Gray. Is it Gray with an A or Gray with an E? What a weird name. Why would you name your kid Gray? What a weird bland color to name a child after. I'll check the spelling on that later. Okay, wide path. Actually grabbed that immediately. I think that's a lot of money, but it's probably worth it. Okay, I see an up arrow. I see an up arrow. Are we? Oh, we're making money. Oh, we're making 6K a tick. Huge. And everybody's happy? Okay, people fucking love them babies, I guess. Alright. I'm gonna let us accumulate a little bit of money, and then we'll start on Dino Kairos, I think. And then after we got Dino out and Galley out, we're actually making enough money to think about rebuilding. We'll start building a new proper final exhibit for them and get rid of this placeholder starting area. Alright, we have gone back to losing a bit of money. We are at capacity on amenities. We're going to do medium. Get these done as like the final step of upgrading. And we're losing money because the income tax is delayed, right? So every time you get a boost in profit, it does this little bump until it actually levels out. So hopefully with bigger paths, which we haven't put in yet, and amenities, we will be good. But I don't actually know. Brush, brush, brush. We just do it and hope it works. Because what else can you really do? Might as well leave these cross paths in here. Okay, amenities. I'm gonna set those up off video. Finances were better. Briefly, at least. Although now we have a storm. So hopefully once we get through the storm and come out the other side, we're actually properly functional. Should use more custom amenities for the park. We probably will. These ones are going to be deleted anyway. So we're just using JP ones for now, at least. Might be fun to like theme sectors. Like if each continent had their own set of amenities and they had their own like continental theme, that might be fun. We'll think about it. We'll definitely do something there. That is not a shelter. That is a shelter. Especially given that there aren't rebirth amenities specifically. At least not for the mediums. Doesn't look very stormy. It, like, looks very, like the rain obviously looks stormy. I mean, the lighting. The lighting looks very, like, middle of day. Okay, that storm wasn't nothing. That's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience
Okay.
experienced during our recent
I think we're good. I just need to move some building out of the way so I can actually power up everything over here, because adding these medium amenities tapped out the power grid. Got to take care of a rabid Gallimimus real quick, so we're going to knock out that on you. While we knock out the Gallimimus with a Ranger team. Just a little fun here randomly. We took the built-in gas station decoration. We plopped a custom amenity inside of it. Boom. So just the box. Then we turned off collision. And we're going to see if this person actually, like, walks in. Okay, they walked into the gas pump. Hey! They actually go into the gas station. So you can use this as an amenity if you, take the steps yourself of turning off the collision and inserting the amenity inside. You could even put the path to go around the gas pump so they don't clip through it. But, that's pretty fun. I like that. It doesn't really make sense for this park build. So we're not actually going to use it here, but it's a cool thing, so it's worth showing off. It doesn't actually take that much work. Well, we're finally making a healthy profit. Can you get off my screen? I'm literally talking about the profit. There it goes. Okay. So yeah, the amenities helped. Once we hit 400 guests and capped out the small amenities going to the big ones, in conjunction with large paths or medium paths, was actually worthwhile. So we're definitely in a spot where we are consistently making money, albeit still pretty slowly, and can hopefully expand out soon. Now, we said we wanted to do Dino-Kairos. 1,338,000 is a lot to ask. It could be worthwhile to do a different animal first. I'm going to think about it. This is worth pointing out. The splitters need maintenance, right? So I got another maintenance station here. But the station itself that we chucked way over here on top of the mountain for vibes doesn't need maintenance. I wonder if this can even be damaged in a storm. Like, if it can't, it's really cool, because then you're actually sort of encouraged to put them in weird out of the area places, which is neat. Yeah, let's talk about the Dino-Kairos situation. So, we need amicable on everything in this enclosure for it to work. Because everything hates Theory, and Theory hates everything, so you need amicable for it to go both ways. We can technically make the enclosure work with the existing Gallimimuses that we have, because their discomfort won't be high enough for them to break out, although they may go aggro during a storm. But definitely the Dino-Kairos would need amicable. What I'm going to do is, instead of waiting to get amicable and then breeding a Dino-Kairos, which also doesn't have the gene points we need for it, 3 modifications, I'm pretty sure it was 4 for amicable. And if we want to excavate, well, you can't see it right now because the facility's turned off, but this was like $1 million as well. So we need like $1 million to excavate. And we need like $1 million for... Let's turn you off. $1 million to excavate, $1 million for the animal, and however much it takes to research amicable. That's all very like expensive upfront costs. So instead of doing all that, we're just going to breed a Dino-Kairos as a placeholder, and then eventually we'll replace it with a new one that we breed. So we're going to replace every animal in this exhibit with an amicable version of itself, including our first Dino-Kairos. And I think that just kind of has to be the way we do it. That sounds like a storm coming in. Because I don't see another good way to do it, honestly. I could you know, reset the money and cheese it, but I would like to do it properly. We've already reset the economy once. I think once is enough. Okay, your status checking. Good. Can't make a dino cars because we keep having diseases. So we'll treat the avian pox, and then maybe we can get a dino cars after that. All right, let's do it. So, 7 genetics, 8 total. We have this set up with the correct cosmetics, Quillian Mountains with random skin patterns, but not blank, which is what we were doing for this entire exhibit. So let's go. It'll be a dark duck. We're going to hatch just one to start with. We are playing without social discomfort, so we'll use this one Dinochirus to like jumpstart the park's economy, theoretically. And then we can design the final permanent exhibit while we just make money from the Dinochirus and the galleys. Again, theoretically. Oh, do I have to do fish feeder research in this game? I forget. No, you just get fish feeder. But it is 100k. Fair enough. I forget how much we need to hatch. I don't remember if it's the same. Half. So it's like slightly above a half to hatch versus what it costs to synth. Large appetite or short-lived, which does nothing. Antisocial would technically be bad, but it doesn't matter again. So yeah, large appetite is just going to make the enclosure more tedious, so we'll do this one. They're both Pilo anyway, which is a disappointment. I did do it correctly, I swear. Feather is looking a little janky. What's up with that? Huh. Well, we'll hatch it when we can. Have we been sent a gift from on high? Suspicious subsidy. Let's do it. Give me that money. Give me that cash. Can't see the effect yet. I'm optimistic. Don't fuck me on this suspicious subsidy. It's not a bad little bump in income level gain. That's alright. Most of it's going out the door to income tax, but like that's the expectation. Nothing bad yet. It is time for one more storm. Just kidding. It's not time. I forgot I didn't have the welfare. No. God damn it. We have to do... Shit. We have to do staff center. That's another 200k in the hole. Damn it. About 200k from photographing the galleys, and then we can actually do this. So, we take you up as high as you'll go. And then we put a point into you. 1 Dinochirus, 683. Son of a bitch! I spent too much on my staff. We're close, though. At any moment now. Any minute. Well, little Timmy's got tuberculosis, but let's ignore that. Let's get this thing out finally. And then I can start building the permanent exhibit. Both for Nemegt and Shakshimau, which is the... I'm just going to probably slur that constantly because I don't know the precise pronunciation. But the Mamenchisaurus, Huangosaurus assemblage of rock. There's like an upper and a lower. We're just going to do it all as one. And have... yeah, Chungking, Mamenchi, and Gigantspino. Not Huango. Because Huango's not in the game, right? Yes, right. True. So we're going to build those over here. I think we're going to use this as this natural outcropping as kind of an inherent, like, lookout point for the Shakshimau. And then we're going to use this existing hillside here as the border for what'll be a Nemegt truck tour. And I think that is the plan. These will be our first 2 exhibits. And then we'll build a park out from there, outward, across the planet / continents with other exhibits. And I think that'll work. Of course, we do, again, need to replace every animal we already have because none of these will actually work in the planned exhibit, but that's for later, you know? We'll work around to that. Okay, popularity. More guests are desperate to visit, but our security team have put a cap on guest count. And we're going to say, fuck that. Up the numbers. Bring in more people. Surely nothing bad will happen. There's never been a problem ever in Jurassic Park. That is, or Jurassic World, I guess. That has been connected to having too many people. And this guy is done. All right, 1 duck.
Procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
It's a breezy day, I guess. All right, 1 star. The suggestion was that we name this Indigo, so we'll go with that
To the park.
for a placeholder name until we read the final ones, which I have a plan for. Should be good once it finds the fish feeder. It should have everything it needs. Just gotta get to it. We can speed him up here. He's going in the right direction. Okay, he's got the fish feeder. He's got everything but water. So we'll probably need more water here. I think we can go ahead and just start pushing that out a bit. Okay, I'm gonna believe that he'll have enough water if he gets that corner. Oh, maybe we just a smidge. Okay. Okay, duck happy. Other ducks unhappy. What's wrong, other ducks? You need more ground leaf. How about we put some over here? Job done. This spot was looking bare and bad anyway, so now it's got some plants, and that's a nice improvement. All right, so cryptosporidiosis. We can cure this, right? No. One more disease. One more time. Say it with me. Disease. Yay. Okay. Now, theoretically, we're good to go. We just start making money. We're at capacity limit. That makes sense. We need restroom. We need accommodation. Okay. We need a few things. We can't afford most of them. But we can shut you down. We can at least get the restroom. Come on, bro. Oh, yeah, there's a thing there. Fair. Honestly, let's just move you. All right, toilets, good. Maintenance team. Yeah, you're on this. Expedition center is shuttered, but I think that's fine. We can leave it like that. Be funny if somebody actually confused her being a duck relative. Yeah. That's honestly, calling it a duck all the time does actually run the risk of confusing somebody with that, technically. So there's like an argument to like not do that. Oh yeah, let's check these. Okay, so we're just under capacity, which is great. And can we do path capacity, or do we need more for the next tier? Oh, no, we can't. That's $1 million, though. That's going to probably have to wait. So if we want to up path capacity, we can try doing something like this. The classic path to nowhere in particular. It seem like these might be slightly crooked. And maybe not. Hard to tell. Perspective being what it is. Maybe just a little that, and a little like that. Wow, look at that. plazas for days. You can go anywhere you want in this park. Dino Duck, unfortunately, also mislinked as ducks are in fact dinosaurs. Yeah, true. It do be like that. Okay, path capacity actually fantastic now. Just the accommodation rating. If I put in a new hotel, it takes up. It's only 2 power. I think I can swing that. Yes, as long as we keep the other stuff shut down. But it'll help maximize profit margins, so I think it's worth doing. Get one of these big worker accommodations somewhere. Maybe? Okay. That seems pretty unfair. It's a lot of money. I think I'd throw this away on principle, because I don't like these ones that are like, these like bailout ones always seem to be way too common. Like they're almost reliably common in a way. At least they were in 2. Nah, we don't need it. I mean, we do, but like, we can make do without it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the park.
Okay, these are all good. All right, we've maximized profits. 112. It's looking good to me. So the last thing I might want to do is clear this crap out. Well, we got a down moment. Get our staff refresh, and then I'm going to just start building. All right. All right, process is underway for the exhibit. The first thing we need is... Nope, not that. Attractions, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, we need truck tours. So let's grab that. In the meantime, let's also rest you. So this is where we're starting. So this is going to be Nemegt, this kind of valley. Then we're going to build a Shakshimau formation that's going to kind of be spread out here, wrapped around this hill. And then we're going to put in our guest facilities over here on this side of this ridge. And the entrance like over here somewhere maybe. We got this whole area here we can kind of build up before we move over into like the European sector. Or down over into like Africa. We'll figure out exactly how that all connects up later. We got to focus on getting this park actually functional. Okay, so for the attraction, truck tour, this guy, custom exhibit, Nemegt Formation Safari somebody made. I think that looks pretty nifty, so this is what we're going to use. So a nice little naturalistic look. A nice little sign. I think that's a good place to start. We can maybe cover this gap in more volcanic rock, and then we make like a little gap and put a little gate in there so that the trucks can get in there. And then we got to do something back here, but maybe I should just close this off with another ridge, like right here. I think that's a good idea. Oh, you could put another gate in. Maybe I do that. So we had our custom gate we made. I don't remember if we made that with dynamic rocks. No, because it's a scenery. Yes. What do we call it? Like an overlay? I don't know if we made it with dynamic rocks or not, but it certainly matches. So yeah, I think we can just use 2 of these, and we can set a gate up here, cover this ridge, and then gate here and cover this ridge. And so we're going to try to keep this whole thing as like a artificially natural vibe. So let me build all that. Well, we take a break from our regularly scheduled building shit for 2 hours on the stream for a hurricane, I guess. We're going to sedate the theory. It's a 20% storm, and apparently 85% is actually his comfort threshold, so, or her comfort threshold, so she's got to go unconscious. And then I need a maintenance vehicle stat because, yeah, we got some maintenance that needs to get done. You're going that way. Where's the other one? You are here. You are now me. Run and panic! Quick run, you're all gonna get kicked to death by Gallimimuses. Get out of here. Sick slide. I did like an Akira slide. Except I didn't really want to. Okay, looks like the other guy got the other one. Containment has been maintained, it looks like. Mostly. We got hurricane injuries coming up here. Are you blocking that from... No, it is completed. That's good. That's good, okay. In the meantime, everybody's good to go on that. So, we need Amicable. We can start thinking about this. Amicable is 12 genetics and 500k. I currently have 8. I have 1 point and 1 point, or 3 points. But putting 3 points into him seems really bad. Get the 9. Yeah, I think like a 3 genetics, like altruistic scientist would be good. They can do fossils too. Well, the other geneticist is synths, so it's not a bad idea to have an extra. Honestly, cheaper research even might actually be okay here. Three genetics, cheaper research, 142 actually. Honestly, this early, this is not bad. For new animals, these are primarily logistics. But, like, my logistics person has 1 genetics anyway, so having somebody with a little bit of genetics to pair with them is not bad. Should we just grab her now? I think so. Like, she's good for fossils because she's 3 base genetics, and cheaper research does seem useful. She's not too expensive. Although this, like, $250 salary on Anna here, holy shit, she works for peanuts. Like, what is this, like a weekly salary? $250? Is this a month? What are we paying her in? Like, is she just working for recognition? We'll grab you. Alright. Alright. Everybody's contained. I think the storm is winding down, maybe? All the damage really does seem to be front-loaded with these storms, I think. A concussion. Oh no. John's concussed. Alright, get the medical. I wish, okay, yeah, you gotta click on the building. Don't click on the medical. Don't click on the actual part where the animal goes. No, that would make too much sense. Click on the building next to it. Okay, great. The park is secure. Everything is contained. Alright, we upgraded the other scientist. Now we can knock out Amicable. I'll probably do like Humble and Social too while we're at it. Also, honestly, do I have the power for this? No, but yes. We can shut down you temporarily. Well, that's a bad idea. That's how stuff starts to go wrong. Shut down the staff center? Yeah. Great, that powers the visitor center, and now we can get started on the rest of the Dino-Kairos DNA. No, we can't. It's $1 million. We're not there yet. We can eventually get started on the rest of the Dino-Kairos DNA when we have the time. For some reason, I was thinking it was 100K, but no, it's $1 million. Well, anyway, we should probably do that before we do the other genes, so I think that'll be the plan. Back to work for me. All right, we continue to build. We're going to unlock towers for some of our other places. This is what we got here. So we got this little hilltop smoothed out. This is our Nemegt formation exhibit currently. We got these little different Nemegt decoration packages I downloaded from the workshop, which are just little sets of like vegetation. One here, a little sort of swamp veg here, a little arid patch thing here, even though this isn't arid. And then this like particularly nice, I thought, set of like very dense swamp vegetation here. And then this lake we made ourselves just out of regular terrain tools and regular cypress trees. And then I went around and kind of deleted the groundwater in a lot of places using the dirt brush. And this will be where our fish feeder is. And this is a little bit of deep water here for the Dino-Kairos to swim in. And then we got these rock faces that link up here to keep this as a singular enclosed natural exhibit in this valley. Now here we'll have our little entrance of the safari with this nice little Nemegt diorama I also downloaded from the workshop. None of this is my own work. But that is the glorious part of the workshop. You can borrow the work of others that they feel like sharing and use it yourself. Now, the reason I started doing this is intended to be the lookout for Shakshimao, which we're going to put back over here. But we're putting in a second geothermal network, and I needed to smooth this out for that. So if we sneak it in like here, and I upgrade, I could cover that. Or if I put it in like here, I kind of just have to upgrade if I want it up there. So let's look at that. So range upgrade is like already available. 500K, which we can afford. We have some money. I think we'll do this next. Get this knocked out. We could save a fat 150K if we put the cheaper research person on this. Since we got them, we should use them on every task. Otherwise, what is the point of having them? So we'll do that there. Get that first upgrade for the power. Oh, also, I stuck the new power generator over here on this side of the mountain. I was able to snake a cable across here because this hill, too steep. No way to get power off of this hill, unfortunately. The requirement for the slope on the power generator pipes is kind of annoying. Okay, there's that. Will there be another Triassic animal in our Triassic exhibit? Unfortunately, there's no good options, right? No, not a supply. We want a generator. So if I put you here, the upgraded radius. Why does it... Hold on. Are we... Is there multiple tiers of upgraded radius? Wait, I'm confused. Mattel did some Cenozoic crocs, and that's about it. No Smilodon. So they did some non-canon animals and skipped the one canon Cenozoic they could do. Have they ever done a mammal figure at all? I don't know if they have. It's kind of surprising if they haven't. Power upgrade 1. Power upgrade 2. Power upgrade 3. They should be fully upgraded range. Am I... Okay, let's just put this in. Maybe I'm misremembering how this works, or maybe it works differently in Sandbox than it did in Campaign. Who knows? Now, hopefully that doesn't interrupt my paths. Oh, they do have. Wait, did these not? Were these not just automatically applied in campaign? I think they were. But upgrade increased radius is literally the only thing you can put in here other than storm defense, so that's fine. Because I thought in the campaign these all just stacked. Dicynodonts living with Herrerasaurus. Do you think we could just like sub in Lystrosaurus and sneak some Lystros into the Herrera exhibit? It doesn't really seem like a viable like doesn't seem realistically viable, right? Like we're putting Therizinosaurus in with our Dinochirus, but that's realistically viable because Therizinosaurus being a giant piece of shit is just like a paleotrope. Like there's nothing that actually says Therizinosaurus was aggressive. There's just a constant insistence by paleo media to make it a piece of shit to other dinosaurs. So I'm okay with subbing, or not subbing, but modifying it so that it works. The theory, that is. But the Herrera plus Lystro, I'm a little more skeptical about. Okay, cool. So there's our little viewing hill. With our new reduced size terrain tools, we maybe can make it not look weird and jagged as guests climb up the hill. That would be cool. Yeah. All right. Hot take, Triceratops would be a bigger POS than a Theory? Yeah, certainly possible. But certainly something I would hope PK does, because Triceratops are already pretty aggressive in that, so it'd be fun to keep that. There's like a standout thing for the trike and PK. Okay, so that'll cover that. And then, so the power output upgrades must... Wait. Okay, did I just never do this in campaign? Maybe I just never actually applied a scale upgrade in campaign, and that's why I didn't realize it was a thing. Who knows? Alright, we need more money so that we can do Dinochirus digs, so let's accumulate some cash. We're going to grab monorail so that we can link up the two sections of the park. Rather than completely delete the one, let's do that so that we can progressively move pieces over, and we intend to leave the back lot infrastructure here anyway. At least like the science building, control center, that kind of stuff. So having that be able to link up is also good. So here's what we got currently. Little Tempeschia decorating this little plaza, a nice little naturalistic viewing gallery there. That'll look over the Shaximau when that's made. We've got little guest things in, or not guest things, little dinosaur enrichment things in here. We got a nice little shelter. We took this little rock shelter off the workshop, and then we added some plants inside, flipped them upside down so it looks like straw bedding. We've got some scratching posts, and we've got our Dinochirus's canonically his favorite ball. Right there, floating in the deep water. Perfect. So yeah, we'll link this up by monorail, and then we can maybe get some animals over there before we end the episode. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
All right, we've got monorails in. We've connected up both parts of the park, even though this part doesn't do much. It does actually patch up our transport rating, which is good for us. Is there even any like demand over here for anything? There shouldn't be, because there's no dinosaurs. Yeah, so we've like attached this up, fixed up the transport rating, and actually damaged us in no way, other than potentially upkeep costs, but it doesn't even look like that's that bad. So we'll need to keep accumulating some cash. We need to do like humble social, then we can breed the animals for the new exhibit, replace this one, and then progressively move our old infrastructure over there. It's still a whole task. So I don't think we could finish it at the tail end of this episode. This stream has been 4.5 hours. I need to wrap it up. So we're going to leave it here, and we'll do it all. We'll finish it up next time and work on adding... No, I don't think we can add anything to this. We'll have to do Shachimau and bounce between the two, maybe? We'll see. Until next time.